Well, it is hard to believe that we are in November with these temperatures. The weekend was so nice, but it's not going to stay like that forever, I know.
No, it never does. It changes quite a bit, but this week we at least get a few days of the nicer, warmer weather. That's certainly the case today. We've got lots of sun. You can see some of those high cirrus clouds trying to move in as well. This is part of our Lucky Star Sky Cam network, so it's a gorgeous start to the week, and it's going to stay like this throughout the day. Now, from time to time, especially later in the afternoons, we do get quite a bit of wind. Today, that's certainly taking place in parts of central and southern Oklahoma, and we're going to continue to be very warm because it's going to be a south wind. Now let's go to Links 1. I'm going to show you exactly how warm we're expecting it to be. So today we're expecting highs to make it into the upper 70s. If we were to get 85, that's the record for today. That was set back in 1980, but tomorrow we're expecting temperatures to climb into the low 80s. Even here in Oklahoma City, the record though is just 86. By Wednesday, we will have a cool front that's going to come through during the day, and we still expect temperatures to be pretty warm out ahead of it. We still expect highs to make it back into the upper 70s, but the record that day is actually 87 degrees. That was also back in 1980. So clearly that was a very warm November for us. But right now we're getting pretty close to that. We're already in the mid 70s here in Oklahoma City, but we do have this weak boundary just to the north, and it's really not going to do a whole lot. Now, obviously behind it, we've got more of a north wind, and so temperatures are a little bit cooler there. We're only at 62 degrees in Alba, but lots of upper 60s across the northwest. We have lots of upper 70s and low 80s across the south, kind of the same thing across eastern Oklahoma as well. So with the help of that southwest wind today, between about 15 to 25, temperatures are going to stay well above normal. And even in northwest Oklahoma, with that north wind and temperatures several degrees cooler, it's still not all that bad. It's a pretty nice day in the northwest part of the state as well. And just kind of looking at the big picture, you can see where that cool front is. Again, that's just to the northwest. But our next storm system that's going to have more of an impact on us statewide, that's actually moving to the northwest Pacific, and that will be impacting us as we get to about midweek. So until that happens, it's going to stay pretty warm, upper 70s to 80s all the way through about Wednesday. But by Wednesday afternoon, eventually the cool front moves in, but the cooler air is going to lag in behind it. I think that's really going to start to move in as we get into Thursday and especially into Friday. As far as rain chances are concerned, that's also going to lag behind it. I think that starts to move in as we get into Thursday. So Thursday this week, that's the best day to see any rain, and it's mostly going to be for parts of central and southern Oklahoma. The rest of the weekend, it does look pretty dry. However, it does look a lot cooler, a little bit closer to normal, and the cooler weather should stick with us through at least about midweek of next week, and we'll see what happens after that. But because it is so warm and because we are expecting a little bit more wind and the humidity going down, I think that's actually going to happen as we get into tomorrow afternoon. So the fire threat, that's going to be something we're going to have to monitor mainly in western Oklahoma as we get into tomorrow afternoon into early evening. Again, it's going to be the far west, the metro. It's certainly going to be a possibility, but that threat's not going to be nearly as high come tomorrow afternoon. So today, upper 70s in Oklahoma City. The wind to the northwest, it's going to be a lot lighter, but still low 70s in Alba, about 74 in Woodward, the low 80s across the south. And overnight tonight, we're still going to be a little breezy, that wind being out of the south, so it's not going to be terribly chilly tomorrow morning, but still cool. Dropping down into the 50s in Oklahoma City, about 46 in Ponca City, 59 in Ada, about 59 degrees tomorrow morning in Durant. Tomorrow afternoon, though, it looks really warm. It also looks a little windy, though. So 83 in Oklahoma City, the mid 80s all across the west, some upper 70s around Ponca City, about 81 degrees tomorrow afternoon. McAllister. Wednesday, we're still looking at upper 70s, cooling down just a little bit more across the north because the cold front's going to come through earlier in the day. But by the time we get into Thursday, there's your rain chances. It's certainly going to be a lot more likely across the south and a lot less likely across the far north. But the cooler air, it does move in by Thursday afternoon. Jennifer, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kat.